Okay, so that's the big statement. Javed Rana, here a situation where an operation has been conducted by the Baloch Liberation Army. It has been performed with utmost complexity, because right from the time that there has been a train that has started from Quetta, it was headed to Peshawar. The Baloch Liberation Army commanders, the rebels over there, the militants knew who were the people, who were the passengers in the train. They knew exactly that there were some 200 personnel of the Pakistani army that were in fact in the train. They have held them back, asked the rest of the passengers, the civilians, to return, including Pakistani nationals who are women and children, and now they demand that the Baloch prisoners that have been in the custody of the Pakistani authorities be released in exchange for the hostages. I would request you to unmute yourself. All right, so that's the big demand. Immediate exchange of prisoners is what the Baloch Liberation Army has been demanding, as had been anticipated. Yes, Javed, go ahead.
The point I was trying to make was the situation is very complex. We have a lot of claims from the BLA, which is a terrorist group, and they are saying that there are 200 Pakistani soldiers or the members of the intelligence agencies are there. I think it looks like a bit exaggerated. According to the different reports, from 430 to 500 passengers were there. Certainly there are members of the military, probably they run into dozens. What is their exact number? It is anybody's guess. Now, what has been the standard
But why should it be anybody's guess? Because, why cannot information be extracted from the Pakistani railway authorities? How many number of people were there in the train? What was their identity?
Let me explain. Reason being is that most of the policemen or military men, soldiers who travel in the train, usually they don't take their cars along with them. I mean, that has been the standard practice, unwritten rules, by which it means that the very first thing that the Baloch rebels ask to the passengers, mostly because this is not the first time the similar incident has happened, they look for the identification. Who's the Baloch among them? They will spare them. Who's from the Punjab? They would kill them, or they will make them hostage. Or from Sindh, they have been making people from Sindh also hostage in the past. So that has been a standard practice. So when they don't have a card, so they have some space, some room to manipulate. So by saying that there are 200 personnel of the military,
so do you think the Baloch was smart enough, and this complicated, complex operation that they have been able to execute, the fact that they were very well aware that there were going to be Pakistani army personnel and intelligence forces personnel aboard that train, and that was the motive for them to orchestrate this hijack successfully?
Look, the information that I have received, again, I can't confirm it 100%, that right now they are also holding some civilians, and there are two suicide bombers who are there, and they are trying to exploit the situation, saying that if their members from Pakistan's custody are not released, they are going to blow themselves up. Again, these are the information that is in tidbit. We don't know what exact situation is. What we certainly know that some members of the Pakistan military have been killed. These, and how many of them are whether they are 6 or they are more in number, we don't know. And then a large number of them have already been rescued. BLA is claiming that they have set them free, but going by their track record, they have been engaged in ethnic cleansing of people from Punjab. The reason being,
isn't it ethnic cleansing from the Pakistani army that has meted out atrocities on the Balochis for decades together since 1947? That has reduced the population of the Balochi community in Balochistan to a meager single percentage points?
Mega is not applicable on Pakistan military that it is engaged in ethnic cleansing in Balochistan. Reason being is that remember Baloch and Pashtun in Balochistan province, which is the biggest province in Pakistan in terms of territory. It is around 40 to 43% of Pakistan's entire territory. And then the population is bare minimum. It's just 15, around about 14 to 15 million people in biggest territorial province. So there can be irritants, and this is a bigger problem for Pakistan. This is a wake-up call for Pakistan. Yes, there is no doubt that the Baloch population has been discriminated in terms of development. Much of the development has taken place in rest of the three provinces in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, in Punjab and Sindh. But again, the benefits of the developments have not trickled down in Balochistan province. Yes, there are genuine complaints that the significant numbers of the people, which run into hundreds, they have gone missing, and there are genuine suspicions that they are under the custody of countries' intelligence agencies, and then there are also genuine resentment amongst some segments of the Baloch population that they have been held in illegal custody without any court trial. And then also there are genuine concern that there is no representative government in Balochistan. The last election that were held in Pakistan about a year ago, there was a large-scale fraudulent elections. There is an unrepresentative government in Balochistan.
How do you justify, 5 civil wars that have been initiated, that had been started and have carried out for years together by the Balochi people? It's not just Balochistan. There have been rebels from Pakistan occupied Kashmir. The Tehreek-e-Taliban have also started initiating attacks on the military establishment in Pakistan, rebelling, wanting their own land, wanting freedom and independence from Pakistan. In wake of the atrocities that have been meted out, systematic cleansing of these communities, so that the dominant Punjabi community continues to be the strong establishment, which is what the Pakistani army is made out of. And do you think this is come to backfire Pakistan in a really bad way?
I think there is an element of blowing the situation out of proportion. There are problems in Balochistan province, and there is a genuine resentment within some segments of the Baloch population. But if somebody thinks that this can lead to a separation of a Balochistan as a separate country, I think they are living in fool's paradise. This is certainly not possible. These irritants would continue, and I think bigger part of the problem is not India, but India has a contributing role in terms of providing them funding.